Every year in July, NAIDOC Week celebrations are held across Australia, celebrating the history, culture, and achievements of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Importantly, NAIDOC is celebrated and embraced by Australians from all walks of life. Apprenticeship Support Australia is committed to working with and supporting Indigenous Australians within our community. Through our Indigenous employment strategy, we aim to improve and provide greater employment opportunities for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Australians. Today, we are talking to Shania Kennedy, a member of the Gamilaroi Nation, who is currently a trainee with Apprenticeship Support Australia and is studying for a Certificate 3 in Business, as well as her manager, Arlene Fan. Well, hi Shania, thank you for joining us today. Now to start off, can you tell us what being Indigenous means to you?
So being Indigenous to me gives me a sense of pride, knowing that I am a part of the oldest living culture on earth.
And can you tell us more about your role with the Client Services team at Apprenticeship Support Australia?
I'm currently studying as a trainee admin support officer while studying my Cert 3 in business.
And are there any challenging aspects of your job?
The most challenging thing for me personally was coming out of my comfort zone into something that is so new for me, but with the support of my team leader Arlene and all of the friendly staff, it has been really easy to transition into.
What would you say to anyone considering starting a traineeship?
I would definitely encourage anyone wanting to start a traineeship. It's a great way to start off their career. You're studying whilst also working and getting paid at the same time.
And finally, what advice would you give to other young Indigenous Australians when it comes to starting their careers?
The biggest thing for me is to not let your insecurities hold you back.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Hi and welcome, Arlene. Thank you for joining us today. Now, can you tell us a little bit about yourself as well as your role at Apprenticeship Support Australia?
Okay, so I work with Apprenticeship Support Australia as the contact hub manager currently. So one team conducts outbound calls to apprentices to check how they're progressing with their apprenticeship and if there's any issues. And then the call centre team takes inbound calls with just general inquiries about claims, signing up apprentices, incentives that they might be entitled to.
Now, what are some of the benefits a trainee such as Shania can bring to your team?
Just having fresh ideas, a fresh face, and someone as young as Shania, she's new to the workforce, so having to be able to mentor and teach her the benefits of a traineeship and bring her ideas to me is probably the most beneficial thing she's done for the team.
What are some of the qualities that you look for an individual when taking on a new trainee?
Someone with the right attitude and the willingness to learn, and I think mainly having to be able to get on with my team. So obviously culture within the team is a big important thing for me.
And if you could sum up the contribution that Shania has made to your team in 3 words, what would they be?
Very efficient worker.
Apprenticeship Support Australia employed several Indigenous Australians through the Indigenous Employment Strategy. Do you believe it's important for the business community to encourage and embrace such initiatives?
Yes, definitely. I think just in general, diversity within the workplace is a very, very important thing.
Arlene, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today.
Thank you, guys.